Hey buddy, those are my command blocks you're standing on top of. Hey guys, Rex here, and welcome back for some more map making. Now I'm super duper excited for what we're going to be doing today, but first I must say that last episode, you guys seem to really love last episode. It got over 1,000 views within 24 hours, which is pretty impressive for one of my videos. And so yeah, I'm going to keep doing this, and I'm going to do it a little more often than I was planning to do it. But what are we going to be doing today? Well, as you can see in my hand, we're going to be doing some sci-fi weapons here. We got a little bit of Zed fighting on the bottom, which is, funnily enough, not really supposed to happen because there's only one face there, but whatever. So yeah, this is my new rocket launcher model that I made. Looks pretty awesome. You can see on the, let's take a look at this side. You can see on the outside there is two little red dots. We've got some blue stripes on it as well, and we've got a little sort of nozzle on the front, and it looks really cool in my opinion. I've opted to use only vanilla textures, so you can see that the blue bit is actually the beacon texture for the little blue bit inside the beacon, and then we've got the anvil texture for most of it, the redstone block texture for the little red dots, although it's only one pixel so you can't really tell anyway. We've got the coal block texture for the handle and the sight here, and the acacia log texture on the back and on the front, which looks really cool in my opinion. And I've actually set the model so that when you charge it up, you look through the sight, which is super duper awesome. And so what I've done here is you can see that it's actually a bow, and I've got another bow here. And in 1.9 we got a new feature where damaged items can have a different model. So as you can see, this one is damaged here. So I've made it so any bows that are not, or that are damaged, will have the rocket launcher model, and any ones that are not damaged will have the bow model, which we're going to be changing into a laser rifle, either later this episode or in a later episode, depending on if I have time or not. But what's cool about this is also, if you switch it into your left hand, you can see that the sight switches to the other side, which is really cool. I've set it so that in the display properties of the model, if it's in your left hand, it's going to invert the scale, actually make the scale -1 on one of the axes so that it flips the whole model, which is really, really cool. Originally I was planning to make a whole separate model for your left hand, but then I realized you could just do that, which is cool. So you can see actually if I go into, where is it, skin customization, that is the wrong button, this one. If I set my main hand to left, it works just as well on your left hand, which looks really weird in my opinion. That just doesn't look right. Ugh. Anyways, let's get back here. Change this back to right hand. So that's the model, looking pretty awesome. I don't know what's up with that. If you can see, I'll do this here. You can see this spazziness right here. That's called Zed fighting, when two faces of a model are trying to basically fight for you to be able to see them, and it causes this artifact. And I don't know what's up with that, because according to the model editor, there's only one face rendering there, so don't know what's up with that. But yeah, this is looking super awesome. I love the sight. I love how you can see through the sight like this. And so obviously you might think that this would get in the way. It would be a bit annoying. But the cool thing is you can just click like that if you don't want to look through the sight, or if you do want to look through the sight, and you could hold it and charge it up like this. So today we're going to be taking a look at the rocket launcher, taking a look at the laser rifle weapons that we're going to be adding to our map here. And we're going to be working on them in a bit. So currently, actually, this will fire a rocket too, which is not what we want, because I just made that to test it out. So I'm going to be setting up a bit more command blocks so that the rocket launcher is going to work independently from the laser rifle. And I'll be back with you when I'm done. Alright, so I've got a little bit done here, but first I just wanted to mention that all of this you're seeing here is just temporary. Like, it's not temporary, but the placement is temporary, and I may do some optimizations or whatever, and this is not actually the world that I'm going to be building the map in. It's going to be a different world, but I just wanted to put some things together in this world, and just so I could get it all working, and whatever. But this is what I have so far. I have a couple going out this way, And you can see this is the final product right now. So we've got the bow, which is going to be the laser rifle. You can hear that it makes a sound. I'm not sure what sound I wanted to make, but I just had this in as a placeholder. And that is the wither damage sound, like when you hit him. And the pitch is increased. And then when we switch to the rocket launcher, we're going to get a different sound. And I think I'm pretty happy with that sound. Like, it doesn't... It maybe it doesn't sound exactly like what I would want. But it sounds pretty cool. And what that actually is, it's a combination of the gassed fireball sound and the iron golem death sound with an increased pitch. So I think that actually sounds pretty cool. And then yes, we do have the wither hurt sound for this. So let's quickly go over how this works here. And so we've got, first of all, these two command blocks control the tag. So this one is going to remove this hold rocket launcher tag from anyone who currently has it. So every ticket's going to do this. And then this one is basically going to add it back if I'm holding, if I am using this selected item tag here. And you can see it right there. And basically, it's going to continuously remove the tag, and then if I'm holding the rocket launcher, it's going to put it back. So if I go do scoreboard, what is it, players, tag, me, list, you can see it says nothing. If I hold the rocket launcher, it says hold rocket launcher, right? And that's what these two command blocks are doing. This one basically plays the sound. I've added a new scoreboard called use bow. That is a type use item Minecraft bow or whatever it is that increments whenever you shoot a bow. And basically we're saying if the tag is not hold rocket launcher, then play the wither hurt sound. But if the tag is wither or is hold rocket launcher, then we're going to play the fireball sound and the death sound. And then here we're just going to set use bow back to 0 so it doesn't spam us with horrible sounds. Yeah, so that's what I have so far. Like I said, the sounds aren't final, and I might use custom sounds, but I want to see what I can do with the existing sounds, because you can actually do some pretty impressive stuff. As you can see, you'd probably never guess what that was if I didn't tell you. But I'm going to do a bit more. I'm going to get the rocket back in, because right now, as you can see, it's not shooting much, and I will see you once again in a little bit. Okay guys, so the command block line has gotten longer, which means that I've made some progress here. So let's take a look once again at the laser rifle. And as you can see, I've just added some particles to it. Some green particles, because I think I'm going to make it green. Not the actual thing, but the patterns. See how I have blue patterns in here. I think I'm going to have green patterns on the laser rifle. But let's move on to the rocket launcher, the main focus of today's episode. Check this out. That looks absolutely amazing in my opinion. So as you can see, it might be a bit OP in the map. I might have to add a cooldown timer, because as you can see, you can do this. And yeah, that looks pretty OP to me. I'm thinking of making the ammo super expensive, so that might partially solve the problem, but I think I will have to add a cooldown timer. However, that won't be for today because I'm running out of time. So let's look at what I've done here. A lot of these command blocks are sort of all over the place and out of order. But basically what it does is, where did I leave off? Here's the sound. So basically what I have here is, actually what I should mention first is the arrow sound for when it plunks into something, like when it hits a block. I've made that silent because when the arrow shoots out of the rocket launcher and hits the gas fireball that's summoned, it makes that sound, and it sounded really derpy, so I just got rid of it, and it sounds a lot better now. So anyway, if I get back here, we see that I've added this, let's see. So we're executing from the player, a player who's holding the rocket launcher who just shot their bow. We're executing once again at the nearest arrow who does not have the done tag, and I don't know what to make this tag, so I just called it done for lack of a better name. And it's going to execute from the nearest arrow that's not done or whatever. And it's going to summon a fireball with an explosion power of 3, and it's not moving. Right? And then immediately after, we're going to add the done tag to all the arrows, and that way it's only gonna fire once, because sometimes what happens is it fires 2 gas fireballs, or it summons 2 gas fireballs, and then they blow up. They hit each other and they blow up, and then the player obviously gets blown up and it doesn't shoot a projectile, which is not good. So we've got that. Let's see, what else do I have here. This sets the used bow back to 0, and then after here we've got a whole bunch of particles. So the fireball gives you the crit particle, and the arrows that are not the just arrows give you the red dust particle. I might have to do something because it doesn't. You can see that whenever I do that, it puts the particle, which I might have to get rid of. But you can see that to change the color of the red dust particle, and a lot of people don't know this, if you set the count to 0, which is the last one here, the speed to 1, these three, the dx, dy, and dz, are actually become the RGB values, and the default value is 1, 0, 0. Like the default value is 1 on red, 0 on green, and 0 on blue. And so if you want the red to be 0, you have to give it -1 because it's already 1. Like a value of 0 will give the actual thing a value of 1, if you know what I mean. But that's how you set the color of the red dust particle for those who don't know. You can actually do it with a lot of particles, like the potion ones, for example. And then the last 2 command blocks, you know, a lot of this is just, I don't know where I'm going to put this. I probably won't all leave it in one line like this, but the last 2 will add the in-ground tag to any arrows that are in-ground, and the last one's just going to kill them, and that makes it so, oops, if I do that, let's use this redstone block here. Every time the arrow hits the ground, it's just going to disappear, so that any players who want to pick up arrows cannot do so. Like, if you shoot a laser at somebody, it will just disappear, and they can't just go pick up the laser, because that doesn't really make any sense. And then it won't spam particles where the arrow is. Which is really cool. So, I think that's going to be it for this episode, guys. Tell me what you think of the rocket launcher. If you got any suggestions, then feel free to leave them in the comments. It would be highly appreciated. But I'm going to have a lot of fun with this thing. Maybe later we'll add a cooldown so it's not so OP. But once again, I think it looks really awesome. So if you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to leave a like. And follow me on Twitter at NanoRexMC for more updates. But thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next time. Rex out.